Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back. So we have the Cyber USB 3.2 external drive with a 3500 read by 3000 write Western Digital NVMe M.2 drive in it. And I picked up the Anchor Thunderbolt 3 cable today at Best Buy. It was $6 off, so cheaper than Amazon, and of course I get it now instead of waiting until the end of the month. So the idea here is to see, because this is, for 40 gigabits, technically for Thunderbolt drives, but I'm kind of a little bit of a mad scientist, and I've tried searching everywhere on the internet, like all over, asking the question 16 different ways. Does this make a difference? With absolutely zero answers. So we must find this out if there's a way to squeeze a little extra juice out of this puppy. And because you remember, we're only getting 900 milliamps out of a Thunderbolt or Type-C port. So that being said, Thunderbolt drives are capable, without power, like a powered case, they're capable of at least 2500 megabits per second without any difficulty. But what about these things? What are they going to be capable of doing? And how do we get this box open without destroying it? There we go. So, experiments are fun, and they are learning. So let's see what we can learn from this. Now, honestly, my wife and I have bets going on. I'm kind of betting that it probably won't make a difference at all, but you never know until you try, right? So there's always hope. And besides, what's wrong with trying to break the laws of physics in the universe anyhow? So first thing we're going to do is plug it in to its own cable on the computer, and it is in a Thunderbolt port on my Mac Mini M1, and it's called HD1TB. Okay, so we're gonna launch our thing. We're gonna do a test first with its own cable and see how that goes. So we have a write speed of 811.8. And a read speed of 842.2. Now, these are pretty common numbers that we're going to get with disk speed test. Crystal disk would actually show around 1,000 on the read. For some reason, and everybody's saying it, for some reason the Blackmagic one does show numbers a little bit slower than what they actually are. Of course, real world testing is always better than synthetic benchmarks anyhow. But either way, we must see what happens. So this is supposed to be 40 gigabit for a Thunderbolt drive, but this isn't a Thunderbolt. This also works for running external displays up to 5K and all that other jibber jabber jazz, right? So let's see what happens here when we hook up this cable to this drive. See if we do actually get any extra speed. Because if it does, that'd be cool. If it doesn't, well, that's going to kind of suck. Alright, so, moment of truth, guys. Make it or break it, see what happens. Well, we definitely are not making any progress on the right. $843.5. So, yep, I'm going to kind of go with it's not going to help things. So we're not gaining any speed here whatsoever. So that should answer the question, because no one on the internet can answer this, right? It's like, what happens if I put a Thunderbolt cable onto the 3.2 USB? And it's like, that didn't work. Or every other question I asked it through Google, nothing happened. Now, of course, as you're continuing to run this test, the drive is going to heat up and it'll slow down a little tiny bit and it'll speed up. And we are doing a 5 gig load test, but even if we reduce the load test on the stress to 1 gig, right, I don't see it really making any difference. Oh, a little teensy bit, 850, 804, 850, 803, 850, 805. That's actually staying pretty consistent. Let's see if we get the same results with its own cable. Because if we do, well, then there's no point to this cable. Alright. Yeah, it's all Thunderbolt 3. No problems there. Okay. And select, nope, select target drive, HD 1 terabyte, yes, load test 1 gig, 824.3, 843.2, 828, 846.3, 819.3, 846, 816. Pretty consistent. It's staying very, very consistent for the numbers. So here's the deal. Now you have an answer. Okay? It's 40 bucks that does absolutely no different as far as your USB-C 3.2 drives. You are not going to make them go any quicker. The only way to make these external drives that are non-Thunderbolt based, that are Type-C, to make them go any faster is they're definitely going to need full power amperage. And this drive wants 1.8 amps. It's only getting half of that out of the port, so 900 milliamps, because that's all a Thunderbolt port ever delivers, or any Type-C port ever delivers is 900 tops. Type-C is generally always 500 milliamps. So, what have we learned here today? Well, we have learned that the cable is going to definitely be very handy if we put a 5K monitor on that requires a Thunderbolt cable hookup, which, you know, would be something like, I believe the Mac Cinema display has that. We can use this as a charging cable as well for 100-watt charging. Not a big deal there, so we're all right. It does have a multitude of uses for Thunderbolt setups. But for our purpose, it has come in useful to teach us that it will not make a difference using a Thunderbolt cable. Even if we go Thunderbolt 4, it is going to be the exact same results, okay? Because according to what I've read on the internet about 3 and 4, 4 is absolutely no different than 3. It's the same speeds, okay? Other than, of course, you know, if you have a powered case, you are going to get the topper speeds, but you know, that's going to be the same as 3 and 4. So I don't even know why we have Thunderbolt 4 if they're both the same. But that's what happened when I Googled all this Thunderbolt jazz. Okay, and I've checked to see if anybody else has tried this stunt, even in reviews, and nothing's come up. So it's like, well, I guess I need to do this, and we need to know, because I would like to get some extra snappy power out of this thing, but as it turns out, that is not going to do it. Now, I will say this. As far as the cable goes, it's a very good quality cable. I have no qualms there. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this or return it. I am allowed to return it. I asked them if it doesn't work for my purpose, can I return it? And they said, yeah, no problem. And I said, okay, fine. Well, that's good to know. But as far as what we needed to accomplish, though, the test does prove the evidence that we are not gaining any extra speed using this cable. Now the cable will work, which is good, because you try finding just a regular Type-C cable, good luck. They're hard to find. but Thunderbolt cables are very common and easy to come by in comparison. Because even I was looking for cables at one time, and I'm like, man, I need a new data cable, and you know, all this jibber jabber, and yep, I can't find nothing. I actually had to buy a case just to get the cable that I needed, which kind of sucked because that was expensive little proposition on that one too. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, other than if you had any bets going on when you first read the title. I'm sure many of you won the bet where it would be, yep, it didn't make any difference whatsoever. And we kind of figured it might not, but you don't know for sure until you try. And when there's no information out there to dispute, what do? You have to try. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. We'll definitely catch you on the next one. See ya.